This is so cool. Have you ever encountered something that was so painful you didn't even think you could survive it, and then suddenly the script got flipped? You realized your participation in it, and you just simply stopped doing the thing, causing yourself and others more pain. You just stopped. You just set it down. Let it go. Wander off. Doesn't mean it's gone forever, although that's also a possibility. It just means that you disconnect with the part of that person, place, or thing that's causing the problem. We don't need more distractions. We don't have that kind of time to play with. The question isn't, why did you do this to me? The question is, what do I allow? What am I a participant in? Humans are incredibly resilient. Yes, all of us. Look at the way a baby comes out of my body. Wow. I couldn't believe it when I held my children for the first time. You don't see yourself the same way after that, that's for sure. I didn't try to grab this or that and say, this could be different, or I don't like this thing about myself. I thought, wow, I really honor and respect this body capable of these things. RuPaul has a great quote from an article, an interview. And if you hear the garbage trucks or the cat yelling, welcome to my morning, in the background here. Anyway, RuPaul said of the noise in his neighborhood when he was talking about living next to a school, it's the white noise of joy. It was in the New Yorker, an article by Ronan Farrow in March. In the same New Yorker, I read another quote Jenny Holzer said of her show Reimagining, which is starting May 17th at the Guggenheim. Confusing yourself is a way to stay honest, which is so great. You know, I am confused a lot of the time. It's not just ADD or Parkinson's or all the things. The absolute truth is that I can't even tell you what day it is most of the time. On cue, I wouldn't be able to tell you where my glasses are or what I just saw or some details about life or math. Math is hard, right? Directions. So how am I going to keep track of lies? Of course I'm staying honest. I don't have a choice. I didn't plan to be this person of integrity and absolute brutal honesty and ruthless truth of what's going on in reality. I'm not in control of or in possession of the truth. I just know what's really happening. I know it takes two to tango. I know that I can set things down and let go and step away. And that needs to be honored. Boundaries are badass, right? We get to choose how we spend our energies in this life. And if someone can't take no for an answer, or if someone doesn't understand the damage they've caused others, we start to have problems. I know some of the damage that's been caused to others by me. I also know that if I stop that, make amends, move on, that people are resilient, that I'm resilient. This is coming from someone who's been raped, stabbed, beaten. Of course, all the usual things, like betrayed and abandoned and all that jazz too, all the normal stuff, whatever normal means. But I've been quite lucky in love and relationships. Of course I have grief and loss. I've loved so many people. I'm so fortunate. And I've had the kind of relationships where I show up like a prodigal son, the prodigal son, and I'm accepted right back in to loving arms, to accepting arms. Come as you are. That's what's healing. When someone can look at you and you think, oh, I'm hideous, look away. And they're looking at you like, wow, you're so beautiful. Not literally, not surface, just like who you are, what you're doing, your intentions and your actions. And when they match, God, it's great. It's not always possible. We've got some, scarcity to work with in our lives in different times. But by and large, there is abundance. It is always available. We can always make a different choice and go a different direction. It is always available to pluck off the carousel, to clear the channel. If you don't know what I'm speaking of, I refer you to someone who is creative. Observe someone lost in the flow of creativity. It's quite a miraculous thing. Watch a dancer, a painter, a singer, get in their zone. Really in their zone, when ego drops away, when all the time they spent on their talent, just working it, comes into focus, and you start breathing with it. You become the piece you are performing, but there is no more performance. It is burned away. You are that piece. You no longer exist in that frame of existence. It's just, you're not even there. Everything's burned away. That's what I'm trying to say. Clearly, I should have written this down. My thoughts are a little bit bonky today, but you get the picture. Stay in that flow when you hit it. It's rare and beautiful. Oh, I'm so fortunate to have had so many experiences that are leading me this place of absolute just openness. My heart had to be broken so many times. I was so stubborn. But it can be done as long as you focus on love. It is love that saves us again and again. It is the lifeguard. It is the redemption. It is the key. My prison doors keep getting blown open. I couldn't believe they let them out the first time. Had to let myself out first. Try that one. Try that one on. Can you let yourself off the hook for all these minor or major infractions you've perceived and move forward? Is it possible? I'm not going to quit my day job, by the way. I'm not some great writer or, We break from a regularly scheduled program for this note from our sponsor. Tired of choosing a butt lifting cream or a face lifting cream? We have the perfect solution. Introducing Butt Face. Are your tears blocked? Do you have trouble feeling emotions and expressing sadness? Do you immediately turn to rage and fury? Are there holes in your walls the size of a fist? We have just a thing for you. Catatonic tonic. A few sips of this and you'll be feeling nothing. Nothing at all. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. No, but seriously, I was enjoying my PD cohorts at this rather large gathering. And somebody tapped me on the shoulder and they said, hey, our speaker didn't come. Can you cover for us? Because they know that I do improv and that I love to talk and hear myself talk, blah, blah, blah. Didn't get enough attention as a kid, whatever. They know this about me. I was flattered, so I said, of course. And I get up to the microphone and I lean in and I said, what's the topic? And she says, death. Loss, grief. Well, that's right up my alley. Of course I like talking about that stuff. We are closer to it when we are diagnosed with something that is not curable, progressive, that is progressive, not curable. And it's difficult to integrate this when you're so young and you're watching life happen around you, looking through the window, watching the other kids play. It doesn't have to be that way. Just find your people and keep blowing the prison wide open. You can do that. You know how I know? Because if I can, anybody can. I don't have any particular tools, but I do have unconditional love, and so do you. And I have a cat. He's now saying, meatloaf. So I'll go feed the cat now and quiet the mind again and paint and watch the colors spread out on the beautiful blank white page, white canvas, empty space. What is better than that? A pen and a piece of paper, an open road, a blank canvas. What will you create today? Make it good. Have fun. You're loved.